Alan, first of all, what were your thoughts on today's game?
I thought we started very well. I thought we were passing the ball extremely well. We looked like we could open them up on a fairly regular basis. We scored a very, very good goal, and we kind of continued to build on that. We passed through them. We got players into good positions, and we looked a threat. And then, for some unknown reason, we started to force things, and we gave the ball away cheaply, unnecessarily, having controlled possession with real kind of positive outcomes in the early part of the game. We compounded that by conceding a couple of very, very poor goals from our point of view, and we certainly can't do that on a regular basis because it's clearly very, very costly. Second half, we responded to a few things that were talked about in the dressing room. The players responded very well. They started the half really well. We got a goal inside a few minutes, and we then looked as if we were taking control of the game. We probably lost a bit of that control part of the way through the half, but still looked as if we were a threat. We still looked like we might score. We got a lot of corners, we got a lot of shots on their goal. We hit the post, and we should maybe have done better with one or two chances. And then, of course, we conceded a third poor goal, which, like I said about the previous two, you can't afford to do.
Your side featured a mixture of young players and experienced players. Just looking at the youngsters for a minute, how impressed were you with them?
Well, they all did well. Obviously, both Kamar and Brad scored, and they took their goals well, and that was great. And it was nice for them to get the chance to play. I had every intention of leaving Brad on for the full 90 minutes, but I don't know whether it was cramp or not, but his hamstring was tightening up, so I had to take him off. Obviously, the big plus from tonight was Chris Brunt playing 90 minutes. I did not expect him to get anywhere near that, and was actually asking him from just after half time if he was okay, and he's managed to play through the whole game, which is terrific. So that's a real positive, and really this game was probably as much for Chris Brunt as it was for anybody else. I obviously made the decision before the game to rest the players who had played the most minutes in pre-season, because it's important that we don't have them doing too much. You know, some of the lads needed the game. Those lads that are rested at the start, they certainly didn't. So you know, they'll be fresher for the game against Porto on Saturday.
I know you wanted to get Victor and Nietzsche 90 minutes at Forest, but illness prevented you from being able to do that, so it must have been good to see him out there tonight, and he looked pretty sharp.
I thought he was terrific. I thought he deserved a goal. You know, he was a real threat. He was a handful all the way through the game, and it was great for him to do that. I mean, had Victor played the 90 minutes at Forest, then he wouldn't have started the game tonight, because he would have been another one who was up there as far as the minutes were concerned. But he did play, and he played extremely well.
The club brought a couple of players in earlier today. How big a boost are they to your squad?
Well, they're vitally important, because I think everyone can see just how small the squad is at this moment, how stretched we are with the fact that it's a small squad with injuries. It's terrific to get those lads in, or the deals completed. The only one who's in at the moment is Jason, but we're hoping that by the end of the week or early next week, both Cristian and Brown will be in and getting to work with the rest of the players.
They're the 7th and 8th incoming transfers of the summer. How close do you feel that squad is now to being complete?
We're still 2 or 3 players short. We haven't been able to address the issues with regard to the wide players yet, despite the fact that the people are working extremely hard to try and get there with wide players. And likewise, we probably need another striker. and that's something that we've been working towards. If we can get those positions, then that will make up our squad, and you know, I'll be quite happy about that. But clearly, the sooner we can get those players in, the better.
You've got your final pre-season friendly on Saturday. Does opposition get much tougher than Porto, who are set to play in the Champions League pretty shortly?
No, it doesn't. I watched them on Sunday playing against Everton, and they were absolutely terrific. They passed the ball extremely well. Their movement was great. They controlled possession against a good Everton team, you know, a very good Everton team. And I was extremely impressed with them. It will be a very, very tough test against a team who, as you say, are preparing for a Champions League qualifier at the moment. So it will be a real challenge for our players, but one that we've got to be ready to meet, because we will come up against that kind of quality of opposition at times during the course of the season. So good preparation for us.